Hi guys, I'm Ram Agarwal. You are watching my channel 52 Pixels. Let's get started. Hi guys, in this tutorial we are going to see how to use the healing brush in Photoshop. In the earlier tutorials we have already seen how to work with the spot healing brush, and now in this tutorial we are going to see how to use the healing brush in Photoshop and what are the basic effects and the benefits of using a healing brush. That's all going to get covered in this tutorial, so stay tuned till the end. So before we get started, this is the image that we are going to work with today, and I'm going to show you the difference between spot healing brush tool and the healing brush tool. So to start with, let's work with the spot healing brush tool. So if I just zoom into the image over here, as you can see, this little man's face has all the spots and a little uneven skin tone, which you might think that can be reduced or worked upon using the spot healing brush tool. So that's what we are going to do. We are just going to use the spot healing brush, and as you can see, the things are getting edited quite well and we don't need much of efforts. But as you can see, things get little difficult when we work around the nose or some parts where where there is basically uneven texture. So it just smooths out all those regions and it just it doesn't look that natural. So if you just zoom in, if you are working with the nose, and if you just zoom in over here, as you can see, it just messes up the nose over here and you just cannot undo it. So you'll just have to ultimately press Ctrl plus Z to get the nose back to normal, and we don't want something like that to happen to our picture, right? So for that, healing brush is effective and it's important. It's because I'll just revert the edits. So we've got the image back to normal. So basically what healing brush does is that if you just tap over here, we get healing brush. So in healing brush, it just samples some particular region from the skin, and then it just uses that particular texture to heal the other regions. So suppose I just select a region. So to select a region, just press Alt key and this icon appears. So using the Alt key, I can just zoom into the image first. Using the Alt key, I can just select a particular region. So if I'm working with these bright regions where the skin is quite even and the light is even, so I can just tap over here and I can sample this region. And now after leaving the Alt key, as you can see, I get this spot which I can easily tap on some marks and then reduce those marks, and the texture is retained. So it has nothing to do with the image, the color. All it has to do is with the color, is the texture. So currently, if you see, I have selected this region. So if I just work around the regions that have the same skin tone and the same texture of the skin, and if I just plot these points over there, as you can see, the color is retained as normal color, but the texture is applied from the region that we selected. But to be more precise, what we do is we sample color from every region of the skin, so that there's no problem with healing the particular skin, may it be in form of the color or the texture. Because in photographs, particularly in such photographs where the lighting conditions are quite different, the light can be like, in some parts the skin can look very smooth, whereas in some parts the skin can look very grainy and it has all that texture. So now if I want to remove this particular part, I will not use the sample selected from this region or this region. For that, I'll have to select a sample from this particular region. So for doing that, I'll again press Alt key, and as this icon appears, I'll just select a particular region across this little mark, so that I get the exact skin tone and the exact skin color which is sampled, so that I can work around with that particular skin tone and work like I can improve that particular part of the skin. Same way with this one, again I'll just press Alt key and sample this region and then paste it over here. So it is a combination of content aware tool, but not just content aware tool, because content aware tool just looks after the contents of the image. But if I want the exact texture and if I want the exact lighting condition to be present on the skin, I will go and use the healing tool. Healing brush is basically used, like, it's more useful for such kind of images where we have to deal with textures, but spot healing brush can be used for many other different images. So each different tool has its own use and applications, but I particularly like the healing brush. It's because of the texture feature. It's just amazing and it works almost 80% of the times. So I prefer using the healing brush. Rest, it's up to you. So well, that's it for today, guys. If you found the video to be helpful, please like the video, and in case of any queries or suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me through the comments. With that being said, it's me, Ram Agarwal, signing off for the day. See you in the next one. Thank you.